Hey everyone, we're back to another one, and we got a surprising announcement from the Legends team. So they released the Legends team message earlier today, and we have a very surprising update. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta ZENKAI. And this guy, I could definitely see him being really good. Because when this guy released, I gotta admit, he was really, really good. And even now, this guy is just not good, but the ZENKAI definitely can see him being maybe top 10. We just have to see what they can implement in his kits, because so far UI Goku and a bunch of other units are definitely up there with their kit update, of course, the modern kit that we have now. But this guy definitely with his blue card hits very hard, and his ultimate hits very hard. So we have a ZENKAI that's coming out actually tomorrow during the weekly reset, and he's gonna be very, very interesting to see, because this guy, to me, he was really good, and now he's not the best, but with the ZENKAI, I definitely see him being top right now. So his ZENKAI ability will buff green and tag Fusion Warrior characters, so you can obviously pair him up with the Fusion Warrior team, and maybe Ultra Vegeta Blue. He's still pretty solid, or you can also go for Kefla. No one uses Kefla, but you could also use her. He will buff, he will ZENKAI buffer too. But that is not the only thing that we got. We also got an announcement that the next campaign will actually be GT related. So the entire campaign that we're about to get, that actually starts on the 10th, which is tomorrow, it will all be towards GT. And I kind of really like the update, because I felt GT need some love too, because we got a bunch of buffs from other teams that it was not necessary. For example, Uni Reps, they had enough with the Goku and Frieza. At least when they released, they were pretty good. Now we have UI and all these other units too. They also, even though GT got some buffs last year, it was not enough because they definitely got overpowered. I believe the last GT unit that we got was the Tag 4s, if I'm not mistaken. Other than that, they have not released any other GT units since. Of course, now the ZENKAI, so they're going to get a massive buff. But I do see them releasing more GT units along the way as the campaign starts progressing. And I'm hyped for it, because I definitely see the love that they're trying to put in GT now. And that's honestly a great way to start off the year. GT needs the buffs, and we've been waiting for some buffs for a while now for GT, because it's been, I'll say, maybe a year or so, maybe 2 years. I don't remember exactly, but this ZENKAI Gogeta will definitely put in the work for the GT team, and I'm honestly all for it. So that is not the only thing that we got. This is something very interesting that I saw during the live stream, and it's a Kid Goku with Omega Shenron. So I'm guessing they might add, this might be a new unit that they might add, either maybe a standby with Vegeta and Kid Goku, or this can be a Universal Spirit Bomb. I'm not sure, but this is definitely probably going to be one of the units they're going to add during the campaign as it goes along. And I'm hyped for it, because Kid Goku is honestly one of my favorite characters too in the GT saga, and I'm all for it. I definitely am pretty hyped to see this character being implemented in the game. Second, like I already mentioned, we have the GT Festival, the whole GT related campaign. That is not all. So on top of the campaign, we also got teased this. So the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is getting a unique equipment, and I have to see what they're going to do with this equipment, because they could add maybe a couple more buffs, because this guy's definitely going to get a major buff with this equipment, but it also depends on how they're going to do it. That really matters. So maybe you can have some damage inflicted buffs, and on top of that, maybe some health or something really, really strong that could honestly impact the Vegeta into being a really good unit. Because this guy, he got a ZENKAI, but apparently it was not enough. He was not doing the damage that everybody expected him to do. But now maybe with the unique equipment, we can actually get we can actually maybe use him now, and he can be way better than what he was before. But other than that, that is pretty much it from all the info that we got. So we just got the unique equipment for the Vegeta. We got announced that we're gonna get a campaign related to GT, and on top of that, the most important thing out of everything, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Zenkai. Now, the major thing about this is we might ask what can be implemented in his kit to make him a really good unit. So we're gonna pull up his stats here. So he has a pretty solid kit already with all this and all like all this, the buff Kamehameha, all that's all pretty solid right now. And I feel with the Zenkai on top of that, he could definitely get a major buff, and I can definitely see him being a top unit. So his main ability, he draws the ultimate card, he restores his health by 30% and ki by 50, and he goes type neutral already. That's pretty good. And increases his own card draw speed by 1. This is pretty solid, I gotta say. I have no idea what they could probably add for the Zenkai, but I can definitely see this guy definitely being top. So this is pretty good. I like this already. The restores health by 30%, keep by 50. Maybe we can add by 20, maybe by 10. Who knows? We have to see in tonight's reset. Nullify. Okay, so type neutral. That's perfect. That's perfect. The card draw speed maybe you can do by 2 levels if you really want to make him really good. And okay, so Pinnacle of Power applies the following effects to himself when the battle starts. 60% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Maybe 10 or 20% would be good. Maybe 70 or 80% around there. They can make him really broken if they want to, because his kit is pretty solid. And maybe they can make him kind of balanced. Who knows? Reduces next damage for sustained by 50%, and this applies to until every combo is finished, and nullifies at lower conditions. Okay, and on top of that, we have the following effects himself on the character enters the battlefield: the ki by 30, 50% damage inflicted, all that. Reduces damage received. I can definitely see them increasing this maybe by 15% or 20% at most. I don't see it being more than that, and if it is, then that can be very worrisome, because this unit could definitely have such an impact in the meta. Of course, UI Goku is also running around, and his blue card will definitely hit him. And you know, UI, he is not the tankiest. I don't think any UI in the game has ever been tanky enough, unless it's a really good equip that you put on him that can make him tanky. Unparalleled Fusion. When this character performs a cover change, knocks the enemy back to long range, and if a cover change is performed against their strike or blast, of course. Okay, so this is his cover change. He has both. Really good. And let me see, when his character is on the battlefield, applies the following effects himself from using a character. Okay, so of course he has the Nullify Endurance and restores health by 20%, increases Drown Balls by 2. So let me see. While his character on the battlefield, applies the following effects himself. Okay, so this is when he kills a revival unit. So he gets his health by 20%, he increases Drown Balls by 2. That's all completely fine. Maybe they can buff this a bit, so it doesn't have to be locked behind the revival unit. Maybe they could fix this and they could change something. I don't kind of like that they're hiding this behind the revival unit, because I'm pretty sure the only revival unit that I see right now is probably the Orange Piccolo that I see in the meta for now, because due to the Beast Gohan, he's being played with again. And I don't see the Purple Gohan. I don't see him being used that much anymore. So the only revival unit I kind of see being used right now in the meta is Orange Piccolo. But maybe they can fix this and they don't have to lock it behind the revival unit. Of course, the limited Z ability they just added recently into the game. So this is a new update it did recently. And of course, he buffs GT, Fusion Warrior, Attack Saiyan, which is great because Attack Saiyan you can pair him up with the UI Goku. So that is very good. So his strike damage up. He gets 20% strike damage for 2 timer counts every time he uses it, as well as blast for blast damage, strike damage. He does have blast armor with his strike, and with this green card, he gets ki by 50, which is really good. Maybe 10, maybe 20. They can add to that. That'll be very nice. And plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. I'd see this maybe buffing them by 20%. Or 15 around there. I don't see him being more 30% because that'll be way... I feel like that'll be a lot to add to his green card, and that'll probably be very dangerous to deal with. Game buff effect. Okay, so he nullifies the cover change, of course. Very good for 10 timer counts. They could probably put that up. Maybe 15 timer counts on there. The following effects occur on hit. Of course, destroys all your enemies' cards. Very useful when an enemy has a ultimate. So very good. Of course, you can continue the combo. Okay, the blue card. Deals massive impact damage, 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. This hits like a truck. This blue card, I can definitely see them increasing the damage on this, maybe 50%. and you do not want to get hit by this, because this only happens once. So once you use a blue card, you get your key back by 50, and you get another blue card. So I'm pretty sure they only lock this behind one time. 2 times would be really nice, and that'd be very, very broken, probably, because this is gonna hit, and probably the unit, depends if it's a tanky unit, it's gonna tank, but if it's not, it's probably gonna one-shot it. So this is locked behind that one time, so you can only use this for one time. You get the blue card, and of course, it cannot be nullified by other special moves, because Gogeta's that guy. Ultimate, of course, the impact damage, and whenever he uses it, 50% ultimate damage inflicted. I see them increasing this as well. Applies a tribute upgrade, minus 100 sustained damage cut. Okay, so he doesn't care about the sustained damage cut. And then nullifies, of course, endurance, because that is the most important thing to do for 3 timer counts. I can definitely see them really buffing this ultimate card. So overall, this unit has some really, really good abilities right now, and he is on a bunch of teams, man. He can be used on GT, Saiyan, Fusion Warrior. Actually, that's pretty much it. Saiyan has UI Goku. Fusion Warrior just got the new buff for those fusion mains out there, and GT, of course, the tag is finally getting some love after a while. The tag force was probably the last unit, if I remember, was that got added to the tag. So I'm happy to see that the GT is finally getting the love they deserve, and I cannot wait to see what can happen with this unit. Definitely see him being maybe top 10 if they don't mess up his kit or his Zenkai, because of course that is very important. This unit is very important to the GT fans, and I can't really see them messing up with this. It's really hard to miss with this Zenkai right here. His stats are solid. His kit is pretty solid right now. Of course, other units outshined him. With the Zenkai, I kind of hope he gets his throne back, because I definitely see this guy tanking as well. He's a defense type. So yeah, all those blue units, they're probably gone. They're probably going to be done for. But other than that, that is pretty much the kit for Gogeta. And I am so excited to see how this guy's going to turn out on tonight's reset. Comment down if you guys are going to be using him. I'm pretty sure most of the community is going to be using him. And also, I cannot wait to see what they're going to do for the rest of the campaign. I definitely see the units coming out. Maybe more Zenkai units. They can also Zenkai units related to GT Tag. Maybe Omega Shenron, the red Omega Shenron that released during the 2nd anniversary with the Vegito Blue. I could definitely see him doing that. But I definitely see him. I'm definitely going to be enjoying this campaign. They're going to start pretty soon, so I can't wait for that. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.